giving us so much joy tonight and kind of showering us with all these wonderful colors. I guess a good place to start would be what was it about this project that really grabbed you, and tell us the origin story of how you got involved with this project.
はい、ありがとうございます。この映画はそうですね、インスピレーション、オリジナルのアニメーション作品なんですけれども、この私は映画を通して何を表現したいかなとか、どんなものを見てもらいたいかなって考えた時に、色と音を、描いて、この言葉だけではなくこう感じることを楽しむようなフィルムを作りたいと思って、色と音を大事にする作品を作ろうと思いました。それらのこう根源になるものは光を描くというところにテーマとしては収束していっているかなと思います。はい。
Yeah, so thank you so much. So when it was decided that I was going to work on an original project, I was like thinking through movies and film, what do I want to express through film? And I think what I came down to was I wanted to work on something with color and sound and feeling something without not just using words. There's the language of color and sound that could convey. So I think, and from that, I think what it came down to, the core thing was light. And I think that was everything accumulated into light being the theme of this movie.
Wonderful. And the characters, the three main characters, are so unique and so wonderful and quirky. You just can't help but fall in love with them. I read somewhere that you said that these characters are children who haven't really realized their emotions. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
はい、この作品ではいろいろなこう気持ちの芽生えみたいな始まりの一歩みたいなものを描いていきたいなというふうに思ったので、その感情に名前がついていないというのは、例えば人を好きになること、恋をすることだったり、そういったこう一つの行為に対する言葉が生まれる前のその起源になる気持ち、心みたいなのをすごく丁寧に描いていきたいなと思っていました。はい。
Yes, I think this movie is really about the seedling of feelings in somebody, or the growth of feelings. So then I really wanted to make sure or I wanted to convey they have feelings that they don't have a name on it yet. So then feelings of liking somebody or loving someone, but it's not really named that way yet inside of them. So then and the heart of what this feeling is right before they name it is what I wanted to portray in this movie, really with patience and care.
Beautiful. And another question that a lot of people seem to ask is, maybe you can talk a little about the Catholic school background and why you decided to have that as a background and what it means to you.
そうですね、世界的に見るとすごくミッションの教え、カトリックキリスト教の教えっていうのは一つ物事の理解の指針としてしっかり伝わりやすいかなという、その一つキリスト教というフレームがあるということで、この物語が描きたいことを描いていけると思ったのと、あともう一つ、日本ではすごく多宗教でキリスト教徒の方が本当に全体の 1% いるかいないかぐらい、あとは仏教徒だったり神道だったり無宗教の方が一番多いぐらいなんですけど、それでもミッションスクールがすごく日本には多くて多いんですけど、実際の通っている生徒の中の信者さんっていうのはもう 10% にも満たない。で、なんでしょうね、その神を信じている人とそうじゃない人が共存すると ころになんて言うんでしょうね、共存してお互いをこう理解し合って認め合えるという関係性が築き上げられているっていうのが本当に日本の文化としてなんか面白い、懐の深いところだな、面白いなと思っていて、信じているものが違う人たち同士でも共存し合える、なんかそういったところの素晴らしさを描きたいなというふうに考えました。はい。
Yes, I think globally, like I think Catholic schools have a lot of meaning, and there's a lot of understanding one certain religion in one certain way, and it's very, just very one way. But I think, and I sort of wanted to frame it with that in the background, but then in Japan, like Japan has like multiple religions. You know, there's Buddhism, there's Shintoism, but I think most people are atheists. So then, in Japan, we do have a lot of Catholic schools, but even the students who attend these Catholic schools, I think the people who are Catholic are like maybe under 10%. So then, but I think even with like the different, even though the students have different beliefs and different ideas, but and different religions, I wanted them to coexist. Like, you know, all the students are able to understand each other, accept each other, and I think that's really part of Japanese culture. Like, it's really deep and interesting. So I wanted to portray that through the Catholic school.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, music plays a really big role in this movie. This is the fourth time you've collaborated with Kensuke Ushio, and yes. And let's hear it for the White Cat Hall Band too, right? That was a great tune. Can you talk about your collaboration and what did music mean to you when you were young, and how did you collaborate with Kensuke?
そうですね、塩健介さんと4回目、確かに、でいつも彼とは作品を作る前にコンセプトワークとしてこう作品の核になるキーワードを持ち寄って音楽だったり、私はアニメーションだったり映像を作るだったりしてやってきたんですけど、今回はバンドものということで、それが2人にとってものすごくチャレンジでというのをやったことがなかったからなので、なんかこうバンドを組んだような気持ちで今回の作品は進めていったんですけど、好きな音楽、私の好きだった音楽、まさにこの今分かる方もいるかなと思うんですけど、映画の中でかかってたニューオーダーだったり、ルイ君がちょっとニューオーダーのブルーマンデーをちょっとコピーしていたりとか、そういったニューウェーブが好きだったり、あとはそうだな、テクノミュージックが好きだったり、UK パンクが好きだったりしました。はい。
Yes, indeed, it is my fourth time working with Mr. Ushio. So normally when I work with Ushio-san, like we talk about like I try to present him with like a concept or the core part of the movie, or like I give him keywords that like is gonna make this movie. So he was working on the music, I was working on the animation. So I think what we tried to do in this movie for the first time was like it's about creating a band, or like kids creating a band, and that was like a first time for us. So I think that was a challenge, but it was like we were ourselves were like creating a band, so it was a lot of fun. As for the music that I used to like, I think New Order, or like it's I think it's a little obvious in the film because like Rui is leaning towards like Blue Monday, New Egg, techno music, and like UK pop. So then those are the kinds of music that I like too.
Very nice. And of course, one of the amazing parts about the movie was how you kind of wove in those great sequences of color, and whenever Totsuko had those visions, that was just amazing how you used the colors. What were the most challenging aspects or the scenes of the movie?
.そうですね、このトツコが見ている色をどういったアプローチで描いていくかっていうのをすごく時間が開発するのにチームで開発するのに時間がかかった、シーケンスでした。で今回 のこの作品での色っていうのは絵の具の色ではなくて光としての色を描いていて、例えば絵の具だと色を重ねたら重ねるだけ別の色になってこう色が、濁っていく、別の色になっていくんですけど、光の場合は色が重なれば重ねるほど白に近づいていくんですね。なのでこの作品だとトツコが見ている色の世界としては、キミちゃんが青、ルイくんが緑、トツコが赤っていうことで光の三原色なんですけど、それをこうポイントにして各スタッフと色を選んでいく、光に見える色を描いていこうみたいな風にして時間をかけて作っていきました。すごく結構時間がかかりましたね。はい。
Yes, I think trying to develop the world Totsuko sees, like developing how the world was going to be portrayed in the film, is what took a lot of time. So basically, this film is about color. The theme is about color, but it's not. We're not talking about like colors of paint. It's really the colors of light. So like in paint colors, like if you have one color of paint and then you put another layer of paint, like it gets darker and darker and darker. But when you talk about like light colors, the more layers of colors you have, it turns white. So then, so then Totsuko is red, Kimi is blue, Rui is green. It's the three primary colors of light. So then, so talking with the staff and how to like portray their different lights and then how they combine the lights together, I think that took a long time.
Thank you. And at one point you said that animation provides you with hope, yearning, and challenges me to see how much animation I have, and I can push my imagination. When was the first time you realized that you wanted to work in animation, and what were some of your early inspirations in animation?
私自身映画がとても大好きです。で私映像作品だったり実験的な映像だったりすごく好きで、映像というものにすごく憧れがあって、でもちろん子供の時からテレビアニメーションだったり映画、ジブリの映画だったりアニメーション作品を見ることもたくさんあって存在は知っていたんですけれども、一番強いインスピレーションとしてはチェコのアニメ作家のヤンシュ・ワンクマイエルの作品を見た時ですね。彼も実写映像とアニメーションの技術をこう組み合わせながら映画を作ってるアニメーション作家さんなんですけど、それにすごく衝撃を受けて、動いていないものを一つ一つ一枚一枚フレームを連ねていくことによって動きが生まれるということに感動して、アニメーションの世界に入ってみたいと思いました。ヤン・シュバンクマイエルさんですね。
Yeah, so I myself love movies. Like I like experimental movies. I just like anything movie in general. Of course, like when I was a kid, I used to watch like TV animation, Ghibli animated work, etc. I knew that they existed, but I think the biggest inspiration to me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher this name, Yanshuak Mayel. Oh, thank you so much. So when I saw, his work, I was like just so moved by it, because like he would take like non-moving frames but then like have like sequences of it and it becomes an animation. So I was really touched by it. I think that's what really got me to animation.
Wonderful. And of course this year has been amazing in terms of independent animated movies and movies from all around the world, and some US movies at the box office. What is your take on the whole big animation scene? And there are some difficulties in the US in making animated movies, but still there are a lot of great movies being made. What is your take on the whole global animation scene?
難しい質問ですねそのアニメーションという技術に対して表現方法に対してたくさん技術が増えているというか作る人にとってのベストの手法を選ぶことができる。なんかすごく手書きもそうですし、もう昔からあるパペット、クレイアニメーションいろいろあるし、最近では、AI とかも出てきて、それはもう一人一人の考え方によって何が正解か変わってくるだろうし、表現方法のその広がりを感じますね。だから何を選ぶか、何を求めるか、だんだんすごく表現方法は広がるし、いっぱい選べるけど、何を選ぶかっていうのがどんどん難しくなってきそうだな、自分だと。でも私は手書きアニメーションが好きなので、きっとずっとこれからも手書きアニメーションを選ぶんだろうなというふうに考えてます。個人的な話にもなりましたはい、すいません。
Yeah, sorry. It's gonna be my personal stance on it. But I think I think there's with the animation technology just expanding and improving and evolving. I think there's a lot of methods to choose from, or choosing which way of method of animation to express yourself. I think that's really spreading. So there's like hand-drawn animation, puppet, clay, and now there's AI as well. So I think it's really just going to be up to each individual. And I think what is the correct way of animation is going to continue to change. But I think we're just going to constantly have to ask ourselves, what do we want? What will we choose? To just express ourselves. I really just think animation, the method is really spreading, is my whole point. But I personally like hand-drawn animations, so I think I'm going to continue to, do
So do we, yes! Let's do it! Excellent. And my last question, your movie is such a bright light, as you said, it's so much about kindness and beauty and these unspoken emotions. We live in such a crazy world right now. What do you hope audiences will take away as a message from your movie?
ありがとうございます。そうですね
Thank you.
本当にやっぱり SNS なんかも普及していて、国によってその普及率も違う、使い方も違うのかなと思いつつ、やはりちょっと暗いニュースだったりとかちょっと厳しい言葉の使い方だったりとか、人と人とのコミュニケーションがなんだろうな、すごくハードになっている面もあるかなと思っていて、本当の心の中がどうなってるかちょっと見えにくかったりとか、なんかそういったところでちょっと疲れているかもしれない心をちゃんと人と人とが隣にいて、お互いが目を見て話し合うことで少しでも相手を信じることができたり、自分の安らぎを受け取ることができたりとか、なんかそういうことが大事だし、まだまだできるんじゃないかっていう、なんか本当にフィーリングの部分をこの映画ではすごく書いているんですけど、それを何か皆さんの心の安静のなんて言うんでしょう、穏やかな心になるきっかけになったらいいなと思います。あと音楽が好きになってくれたらいいなとかあとはそうですね、イマジネーションを限りなく広げることを楽しんでもらえるといいなとか、いろいろな願いがあります。はい。
Yes, I think really with social media and like just being online spreading. I think depending on the country, like the way we use social media is different. But I think with the dark news, and then I think the way we communicate or like relate to others is getting a little harsh. And it's hard to see through social media or being online. It's really just hard to see how the other person is feeling because we're just so far away. So then I think I think everyone just has they're just tired inside, So I'm hoping that by people like just being together in person, or just just being eye to eye, making eye contact with each other, and we could be able to believe each other, or believe in each other. And I think that's really important, and I really think we can still have that kind of world. So then I think with this movie, I really think it's about feeling, and I'd like to help the audience maybe by watching this movie have a little bit of peace in their hearts, but also maybe fall in love with music as well. Spread your imagination, or enjoy spreading the imagination. So I do have a lot of feelings that I do want the audiences to take back.
Well, they all worked for us, so thank you so much. On behalf of everyone here, Animation is Film, Matt, Eric, G-Kids, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for the beautiful translation.